Hey, Crystal, it's good to see you again. What can I do for you today?
Hi, Grace. Good to see you too. Hey, listen, I need some help on my essay, The Story of an Hour. I am totally lost and I have like class in 20 minutes. Is there anything you can do for me in that tiny amount of time?
Yeah, of course. That can definitely be a confusing story. But the good thing is you have more information tucked away in your brain than you may realize. So let me just share with you this wonderful chart that I have that can kind of guide us through our session. Okay.
Okay.
So this is called a KWL chart. And we're going to start by just saying out loud stuff you already know about the story. And then we'll try to dig up some questions that will help focus our time. Does that sound good?
Yep. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
let's do it. So let's start by you telling me what you remember from the story. Literally anything at all. There's no wrong answer.
Okay. Let's see. Anything at all? Okay. So there's this woman. She finds out that her husband is dead, or maybe he doesn't die. I'm actually not sure. I do remember she's happy, but then she's sad at the end. And I don't know if she's sad because he's dead or not dead. I'm actually pretty confused about that.
Okay, great. So in the first column, we can say what you know. So you just told me it's about a woman who's told her husband is dead. And then in the second column, you can write all those questions you just asked me, right? Is he dead? Why is she sad? Is she actually sad? Like, are those your questions kind of? Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Yeah, those are totally my questions. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, in that case, let's take 10 minutes and explore that and write down those things in the different columns, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so now tell me what you've learned.
Okay.
Let's use that L column, right?
Okay.
Tell me what you've learned.
Okay. So she's happy that he's dead because she's got more freedom. And then she finds
Mhm.
out that he's not dead and her freedom is gone. So that makes sense because women back then didn't have very much freedom. So I can
Mm,
see why she would be sad about her husband being alive. Ew, that's actually really depressing.
yeah, it is depressing. And it's also a great essay topic. So, do you think that's enough to get started? Do you feel comfortable with that?
It totally is. And I got to pop into class now. So thank you for your help. And I will come back once I have more ideas.
Amazing. Good luck.
Bye bye.